Step one, conventionally put, we admitted that we were powerless over our addiction and that our life had become unmanageable, is your honest entry point into a 12-step program. Given that our remit and the way that we're approaching our work is that we want to be able to apply this program the way that I do across every aspect of our life. That could be a severe addiction issue. You could be watching this thinking, I'm drinking too much, my drinking is ruining my life, I need to change it. Or it could be something more vague and difficult to identify. I don't want to be in relationships that make me feel bad about myself. I don't want to be working in a job that's making me feel inferior. But whatever it is that you're working on, the candid and honest admission that you have a problem and that your life is unmanageable as a result of that problem is our entry point. That honest acknowledgement, mentally in my mind at least, accompanied by the sound of a record scratching off, a point of arrest. I don't want to proceed any further down this path. When I interpreted the 12 steps, I changed it from a rather wordy, articulate and brilliant appraisal of powerlessness and unmanageability to the more succinct and perhaps vulgar, are you fucked? If you're watching this video, if you've subscribed to this, if you find yourself in a position where you're unhappy and lost, this is the step one moment. The moment of, I can't cope with this anymore. I don't want to continue down this path anymore. So whatever it is you're dealing with, there is a further requirement here, and that requirement is for specificity. I reckon that the reason that the 12-step program was initially formulated around alcohol and then drugs was that when there is a clear and obvious object like alcohol and alcoholism, it's easy to diagnose, and it's easy to, not easy because it's like incredibly complex and painful, agonizing and difficult, and a lot of people can't ever do it, but at least it is clear that the alcohol is the thing that needs to be removed from your life, that your problems are clustering around your misuse of drink. When I think about my own step one around crack, heroin and alcohol, firstly, actually, it seemed like a bloody difficult thing to accept. Like when people said, the reason that you're getting in trouble in relationships, the reason that you don't like yourself, the reason you've got low self-esteem and that you're continually getting in trouble with the police and that nothing's ever working out for you, is because you're drinking and you're taking drugs. Are you willing to one day at a time stop drinking and taking drugs? For a long time, the answer was no. I wasn't willing to see that as the problem. I wasn't willing to embark on a journey of change. Having done that, and having seen the success of it, I'm now willing in pretty much eventually almost any situation to take a 12-step journey. Because, as soon as you've removed alcohol and drugs from your life, if that's the problem you're dealing with, you are confronted with the myriad other problems in your life that are required to change. And these things are no longer external, they're internal issues. So what we have to do when taking the step one is identify what it is you want to change. I've worked step one around drugs and alcohol. I admitted, right, yeah, my drug and alcohol problem is I'm powerless over it. I can't control it. Once I start, I can't stop. The consequences of me drinking and taking drugs are creating unmanageability. This word unmanageability can be understood as, like, once I start drinking and taking drugs, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know what the consequences are going to be. I don't know when I'm going to be able to resume control of my life again. It becomes a kind of helter-skelter. Like, when applying it to something more insidious, less obvious, like I'm powerless over my use of the phone and my life has become unmanageable, it's kind of, look, there's no doubt that it's more subtle, but I'm still looking at the phone when I don't want to look at the phone, and it's still making me feel not good about myself. I don't feel good at myself if I'm staring at my phone instead of talking to my children. I don't feel good about myself if I'm like unconsciously and sort of kind of somehow my volition is being usurped by a bloody device that I've paid for. That doesn't feel good. That's another thing that's very beautiful about the 12 steps, is this learning to recognize my own intuition and my own feelings as being somehow valid. The point that I'm feeling unhappy or dissatisfied is not something that I need to suppress or ignore or get over. It's the beginning of letting go of something. It's the beginning of changing something.